And then a full set of power stuff gives you level 2 speed, haste, strength, and resistance, and you're looking dope. Hello, this is Spyderrock, and welcome to the More Gear 2022 big update. More Gear is my add-on that adds in new sets of armors and tools and weapons and things, and I have finally finished this update. It's a sizable update. It adds 5 new sets of gear, and a bunch of new changes to the pre-existing gear, so I'm going to go ahead and hop right into it. I'm going to start with the new things, and then later I'll get to all of the changes to the old things. So there are 5 new sets of gear. One of them is a full set of gear. The rest are either armor or tools, but we're gonna start with the slime weave gear. So to craft the slime weave gear, which also this add-on is fully compatible with pretty much every other add-on, and everything in this is obtainable in survival. To craft the slime weave gear, you're gonna need slime blocks and wool. Pretty basic stuff here. You know, you need a little bit of wool, some slime blocks to craft these items. Now, you throw one piece of slime weave stuff on. It's not the best armor in terms of protection, but you get jump boost 2. That's right, it does allow you to have kind of like permanent jump boost 2, jump yourself up 2 blocks. You can put on up to 3 pieces and you'll still have jump boost 2. But when you throw in a full set, you get slowness 1, but you get jump boost 5. So this is going to allow you to jump up quite a few blocks, and it's very useful for jumping up these trees. So I can easily get up 4 blocks, even probably up to 5 blocks with one jump, which is very handy. Of course, it does give you slowness, because I mean, if you think about it, you're kind of being covered in slime, and that's where the name comes in. You know, slime weave. It's like weave, like a wool, like a woven, but also slime because it's slime. But yeah, you can jump up 5 blocks with this jump boost 5, or you can take off any piece of it. Ideally, if you want the best bang for your buck, I'd say craft either a pair of boots or a helmet, and then have the rest of your armor be whatever good armor you have, whether it's iron or diamond or netherite, or you know, some of the other armors in this add-on. And then that way you get the jump boost 2, so you can still jump up, you know, 2 blocks at a time. But you can still have the full protection of armor, because slime weave is not the most protective armor. I'm also gonna /kill to reset my health. Here we go. I've tried my best to make this all pretty balanced, and that's pretty important to me. Next up is the sea brain armor. This is a new type of armor that you can craft with these sea brains, and if I go into here, we can scroll through here and we can see sea brain stuff. So you just use these sea brains to make these sea brain armor. Pretty basic stuff. Now, how you get these, well, here, I'll show you what they do first, and then I'll show you how you get them. You can throw on any piece of armor. It's just about as good as diamond armor. This is kind of tough to get, so I made it pretty good. Now, if you have on sea brain armor and you stand in water, you get haste 2. So if you are in water with sea brain armor, you get haste, which allows you to, you know, be hasteful and mine quickly underwater. Now, if you have a full set of sea brain armor, you get not only get that haste 2, you also get conduit power 2. And that's not only when you're in the water. Even when you're out of water, you still get the conduit power, so you get all of the advantages of conduit power. I'm going to use this conduit power to see if I can find, actually, this is hard to see here. I'm just going to go into creative for this. So if I go ahead and take this off so I don't have that night vision, and I head out to the surface, we'll look for one of these altars. Now, this is how you get sea brain stuff. I see one over here. So how you get these sea brain stuff, and I'm gonna go ahead and grab myself a good sword. Let's see, I'll grab a bone crusher sword, and then of course I'm gonna throw on all of my sea brain armor. But how you get this sea brain armor is finding these altars in the ocean, these sea altars. Now, you'll want to watch out because they do only spawn in the ocean. You'll have to watch out for, you know, your average drowns and whatnot. Interact with one of these and it spawns in 2 drowned as well as a wet brain. Now, these wet brains they're basically purple drowns. They do more damage, they have more health, they're faster, usually, maybe not in water, but on land, and they will drop, or at least they have a 50% chance of dropping a sea brain. Now, you need enough sea brains to craft any piece of armor, so like you don't just use 1 sea brain for a chest plate. You need 8 sea brains for a chest plate. So that means you have to potentially fight 16 of those just for a chest plate, and you have to still find them. So it's going to take a lot of underwater exploration. That's why this armor is pretty good. It's kind of later game armor. Next up is glow gear. Now, glow gear is exactly what it sounds like. You use these glow ingots, which you can craft in the, here, let me just look up glow in here so you can see. Glow ingots, which you can craft with 4 glowstone and 1 end rod. And you can use these glow ingots with sticks to craft your glow weapons and tools. Now it doesn't look like much if I am here, but if I go ahead and do a time set midnight, go ahead and make it dark, and then I'm going to space these out just so you can see the real effect that this glow gear has. If I go ahead and pull out my sword, you can see it actually glows the area around me. So it does light up. It basically gives you, I don't know, what's that called? Dynamic lighting, or like when the thing where you hold stuff. And these are kind of just like your basic like iron, you know, maybe, yeah, I guess iron tier tools. They're not amazing. They're not bad, but they're not super good, but they do give you this ability to kind of see in the dark, which I think is a pretty powerful ability. It's especially good, I think, for things like the pickaxe, where you can go caving, which let me dig down into here, and then you can go mining, and then you're in a cave. Now it's only really gonna work if you are on an air block, because if there's like another entity here, it's gonna like be weird and then it's not gonna work entirely. So, but once you pick it up, it'll work again. So it's a little bit bugged. I think this is like the least polished thing in this add-on at this point, but I think it's fine. For what it does, I'm hoping that it's good enough for you guys. Let me go ahead and take out these last couple guys hanging out here. But yep, that's the glow stuff. It glows. I mean, it does what it says it does. So you know. Next up, we have Ultra Lapis Gear. Now this one is actually pretty unique. This one I'm really happy with. So Ultra Lapis Gear is an upgrade from regular Lapis Gear. I can show you the crafting here if I just scroll down here. So Ultra Lapis Gear, it's Lapis Gear plus 4 blocks of Lapis and 4 bottles of enchanting. So it's pretty expensive. And the gear itself is kind of like Diamond tier. It might have a little less durability than Diamond, but it's Diamond tier. The advantage, if you watch my XP bar while I mine, is that you get a little bit of XP for everything mined. So I'm on level 22, so it's not going up very quick, but you can level up your first handful of levels really quickly just from mining blocks and things. And then if you can get yourself some like stuff that gives you haste and whatnot, you know, you can get that sea brain stuff, and then you can stand in water. You can really take advantage of this and get a lot of XP. And it works for all of these, you know, chopping down trees. I did not mean to do that. But yeah, you can chop down trees, and then you can, you know, fight sheep, for example, or any mob if you hit it. I don't remember if I have it give you points if you hit them. I don't think it does if you hit them with, yeah, it's only the sword that it'll give you points for hitting things. I thought that would be a little overpowered if you could just, you know, beat something up with a shovel and not do much damage and get XP from it. But with a sword, you can get XP, and there's probably ways to exploit this and have infinite XP farms, but you know, I think it's fine because it doesn't have the most durability and it is kind of expensive. So anyway, if you want some extra XP, this is a great way to do that. And you know, you not only get the XP from killing the mob, but you get XP from hitting the mob. You know, it works out. The purple is there because it's purple. I don't know, it's like Ultra Lapis. Don't ask. I just thought it looked kind of cool, and I still think it looks kind of cool. Anyway, that's Ultra Lapis Gear. The last set of new gear is Amethyst Gear, which is a full set of gear. So Amethyst Gear is like, basically, think of it like Iron Gear, except you get more damage. So the sword's gonna do 7 damage, the pickaxe is gonna do 5, axe does 6, and shovel does 4. It's like higher damage. Still pretty low durability for the amethyst stuff though. You know, gotta balance it some way. Also, you cannot enchant amethyst, I don't believe. Yeah, you can't enchant any amethyst gear. I wanted to balance it because durability is key. I don't want people having unbreaking and mending on their amethyst stuff, you know. Because amethyst not that hard to get. Now, where amethyst really shines, pun fully and not intended, but I guess intended now, is the armor, which gives you strength 1 if you have any piece of this armor on. And if you have a full set of amethyst armor on, which like I said, only about as good as iron, you get strength 2. So amethyst is really good for going in and doing heavy damage pretty quickly. I'm sorry, turtle, but let me get rid of the turtle. Yep, okay. You can do a lot of damage for a little bit, but you'll have to repair your stuff or craft new stuff eventually because it's just like not that durable. I mean, the durability is pretty low on all of this stuff. But hey, if you want a shovel with a little bit higher attack damage earlier in the game, there you go. You got Amethyst Gear. Now for the pre-existing gear. So all of these have been updated. All these tools now work with mining blocks. The block tag thing that broke a while ago, I just haven't updated this to fix it until recently. It took a little bit to add to everything, but it's now fixed. You should be able to mine all blocks with all of these. If I grab a bone crusher pickaxe, for example, and break my way down into the ground where I can. That's all sand. Okay, let me grab a shovel then, so I can just mine the sand. You can see it actually mines it properly, like it should. So all of that should be good, should be fixed. The real new updates though come from these armors, which I have buffed because it's easy to buff a tool, right? You make the pickaxe mine things faster, you make the sword do more damage, etc, etc. But with the armor, it's hard to buff the armor because armor can only give up to the 20 points of armor that you have in Minecraft, at least without using player.json. I don't know, there's probably a way you can do that with player.json. But without player.json, you can only have armor that goes up to the, you know, amount that diamond has, and you can have knockback resistance and all that. But now with all of these armors, I have added special abilities. So Bone Crusher will now give you resistance, and then a full set of Bone Crusher will give you resistance too. So this actually makes this armor better than netherite armor, as it should be, because it's pretty expensive. Now you can get resistance 2 with a full set of Bone Crusher armor, and you can look sick, and then you can, you know, have all of this resistance, and you're gonna actually take less damage. It's like having more armor points. So Bone Crusher is definitely my favorite thing in this add-on. I don't know. I'm so happy with the design that I did for that. Anyway, Mystic and Mecha Gear also have their own thing. So since Mystic and Mecha are both supposed to be like an upgrade from Bone Crusher, you get the same thing, resistance with it. However, you also get speed, and then a full set of Mystic, you get speed 2, and of course resistance 2. So you get the same resistance and stuff as your Bone Crusher gear, but now you get the added benefit of speed, which is actually very handy. And then on top of the speed, of course, if you have, say, I'm not wearing my boots, I still have a full thing of armor. I don't get the speed and resistance boost, but I still have a full set of armor. So if I wanted to, I could switch to, say, Slime Weave boots, and then that way I could have speed, jump boost, and resistance, as well as a full set of armor. Lots of options here. That's my goal with this, is to just make stuff interchangeable, make there be reasons to use different types of armors and things. Hopefully that makes sense. Then, of course, Mech Suit is the parallel to the Mystic. It's not an upgrade, but it's adjacent. Mecha stuff gives you haste. So this is also really good if you have a full set of mecha, which you can have haste to. And then if you have the Ultra Lapis stuff, you can kind of like get a lot of XP really fast. So instead of speed, you get haste, which I think that makes sense because this stuff is all about mining fast. It's, you know, mining stuff. Whereas Mystic stuff is more about, I don't know, damage and... Or no, Mecha's also more damage based. Mystic is, you know, Mystic's fancy. You can enchant it, you can be fancy with it. Anyway, power stuff is the final thing to receive an update. Power armor gives you all of these buffs: speed, haste, strength, and resistance. So you get everything from all of the different armors. And then a full set of power stuff gives you level 2 speed, haste, strength, and resistance, and you're looking dope. This finally has some real good incentive to get this stuff, because you get haste, speed, strength, and resistance on top of having a full thing of armor, and it's just really, really good armor. And of course, it's really, really durable as well. So finally, some really good reason to get the armor and to prioritize getting that and not just getting the tools. Because I mean, previously, like once you have netherite armor, you could get this armor, but it's like really not that great, or it wasn't that great. But now I finally fixed it. Now it finally is good. And then of course you have your practically insta-breaking things, your 25 damage sword. More gear is here, and it is updated, and at some point I may update it again. I think this is kind of the final state I want it to be in, but I am thinking about adding a level of stuff higher than the power gear, like some kind of really insane stuff. We'll see. There's a good chance I will. It might be exclusive to the add-on pack that I'm working on, that I'm gonna have all my add-ons in. I have more add-ons that are being updated, that have been updated mostly, that will be out within, hopefully by the end of the year. I'm sorry this has taken so long. I've just been busy with school and making videos that I've kind of put working on add-ons directly on the back burner, and I've finally got around to finishing it. And I'm really happy that I have, because I think this is finally in a really, really good spot. Where you can really dig into this add-on as I dig into the ground. That's probably why I said dig in. That didn't even really make sense. Anyway, the add-on's finally in a fully playable state. There's a lot of new stuff to check out. Hopefully this is a solid, balanced expansion to your game, because that's what it intends to be. It's nothing insane in terms of what it does. It's not doing anything innovative or unique entirely. However, it's balanced. It's balanced and it'll offer you an experience in Minecraft that basically just expands on the vanilla game with a bunch of new stuff. So anyway, thanks for watching if you made it to here. There's a link in the description to download this right now. Members got access to this a few days early. If you want to join and become a channel member, I appreciate it. Thank you to all of you who are channel members. You have had access to this for a little bit. Thanks for watching if you made it to here though. See you later and goodbye.